Oh boy, another whiskey review by someone you've never heard of before. Cool. Alright, so today I'm going to be reviewing, I don't know how to pronounce this, Laphroaig, something like that, right? So it's a Scottish whiskey and has an age statement here, so it's aged for 10 years. And by no means am I a whiskey professional or a whiskey sommelier, whatever you call it. So I already opened it. I haven't tasted it yet. So the nose on this is pretty interesting, and I typically don't like Scotch whiskeys. I actually had a Glenmorangie about a month ago, and it was the first Scotch whiskey that I ever liked. So I decided to keep on trying Scotch whiskeys, and it seems like I'm starting to build a palate for the whiskey. So with this one, right away, I smell. So I grew up on a farm, so this probably won't really relate to anyone. So this nosing might be a little odd to you if you've never smelled this before. But it kind of smells like an old farming machinery, like the old grease that was caked on the machinery, kind of like a motor oil grease smell, which sounds terrible, right? But whenever I smell whiskey, wine, beer, whatever, I mean like the nosings in the best possible way. So motor oil / grease in the best possible way. Let's see if there's anything else I can smell. I don't know, it's overpowering, and I'm sure it's the peat smoke that they use in this. It's from it's off the west coast of Scotland where they distill this. It's called Islay, and I believe that they get the peat from the island too. And I'm sure that's what I'm smelling. But it's completely different than any other Scotch I've ever smelled before. Usually peat, the way I characterize it is kind of more like almost like a campfire. I had a glass of Oban one time, and the peat was overpowering, and not only did it smell like a campfire, but it tasted like a campfire too, which wasn't very appealing to me. But that was actually kind of when, actually, I mean, it was one of my first Scotch whiskeys that I tried, so I was not impressed right away. So I think that's what kind of deterred me from Scotches in the first place. But like I said, I'm not a professional whiskey guy in any way, so that's maybe why I can't detect any other smells, or maybe I just have to let it breathe a little bit. But it's been sitting in the glass for about 10 minutes now. Yeah. So well, I guess I'll try it. We'll see here. Yeah, I mean, definitely, if I would have drank this 2 years ago, I would have been completely deterred. Even when I tasted that Oban whiskey, maybe this was about a year and a half ago, it's not quite as overpowering as the Oban was, but it's a very strong kind of campfire taste, kind of like the Oban, but just not quite as overpowering. Let me take another taste here. Yeah, definitely tastes like I'm camping. As someone, and even the taste. Right now, I mean it in the best possible way. I mean, a lot of people probably don't think a campfire sounds too appealing, but it actually works pretty well with this, and I'm surprised that my palate has changed the way it has. like I said, I wouldn't have liked this a year and a half ago or even a year ago. So my palate is definitely changing, and I mean, for me, the more I drink or eat something, eventually I'll probably like it no matter what it is, and that seems to be it seems to be consistent with everything I eat or drink. So I'm actually not really surprised that I like this now. But if you are new to whiskey, especially scotches, because scotch was kind of the last whiskey that I started to like. But if you are new to whiskey, I would not. I wouldn't go for this one right away. I would probably try something a little more mild, something like an Irish whiskey, like Tullamore Dew, something like that, or even a bourbon, something like that. Or even there are some Scotch whiskies. The further south of Scotland you go, the whiskeys tend to be a little more mild, kind of like an Irish whiskey, or at least that's kind of what I've found. But this one, is from Islay. That's how you pronounce it, Islay. It's an island off the west coast of Scotland. Seems to be in that area. They kind of have these characteristics of the peat smoke and the campfire kind of taste. But yeah, the smell, definitely very unique. I've never smelled anything like this before. So that's pretty awesome. But if you like this review at all, if it helped you, maybe watch another one. This is my first one, so bye.